Dr. Chan, recalculate the new thruster data and relay it to Blue Oyster called immediately instancia.
Okay, roger that, Doctor. Fuck!
What's wrong?
Seriously, auto-updating now? General, I won't be able to calculate the right data for the satellite for 49 minutes.
How long till impact?
11 minutes and 44 seconds.
Fuck Microsoft!
Okay.
Fuck!
Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for some more science, space and tech news to share with you. And I came across this over at Beta News. Yes. Say goodbye to Microsoft Windows 11 and hello to Ubuntu-based Linux Lite 7.0. I think it should be say hello to Linux in general, whether it's Ubuntu-based Linux Lite, whether it's Fedora, whether it's, anything, Ubuntu general, whether it's, what's the bloody green one? Linux Mint. I don't care. Definitely look at Linux. Research it. But Linux doesn't do games very well. It's getting better. That's the first thing. But secondly, right, go and get yourself a freaking Xbox if you want to play Microsoft games, or a Sony PlayStation or something, and use your PC, right, for everything else, right? But the way things are going, and you do some research on Linux-based games, you are going to be blown away how far they've come with Steam and Proton. And again, I'm not a gamer, so please let me know down in the comments what you guys think, please. And give us an update on what gaming is like on Linux, please. I know it's not as good as Windows. I'm not saying it is. But if you're serious about your privacy, don't use Windows 11 for gaming, and when Windows 10 officially loses support in October of 2025, look at Linux, or do it now, for God's sake. Get yourself an old laptop, figure out how to install bloody Linux on it, right? And just experiment with it. Nowadays, it's not as complicated as it used to be. I can install Linux on a system, and it's all GUI based. It's amazing, right? Again, not as simple as Windows. I'm not saying that. I'm saying have a think about it. Just have a think about it. It's amazing. And as usual, I'll leave the link to the main article below the video so you can pop in, right? And check out some of these other links. Forget the ads and all this sort of stuff. It's, Linux Fan develops a freaking amazing tool to remove all ads from Windows 11. But look, switch to Linux 7 from Windows, Lite from Windows. Windows 11 is losing market share to Windows 10. Seriously. Okay? Microsoft warns that KB 5037853 update can break the taskbar in Windows 11. Just look at it, especially with the videos I've made on the privacy of Windows 11, which is a joke. It's like saying military intelligence. Privacy, Windows 11, there is none. The AI stuff that's coming out is going to make life so easy for people. There's one caveat though, and that is if you type, it will literally start controlling everything, not just the operating system, but Office. You will literally go to use Office on your computer and be typing a letter, and it will tell you, I'm sorry, you can't type that. That's wrong thing, because it's not the current message, politically incorrect, whatever, and you've violated your Microsoft license agreement, boom, it's going to be like a YouTuber get taken down or banned off Facebook, and you won't be able to use the computer you paid your money for. So this is why Linux is so important. This is not just about Linux Lite, but let's have a look at the article. Let's dive into it. As Windows 11 continues to evolve, many users are finding themselves grappling with its system demands and privacy concerns. However, the release of Windows Lite 7, codenamed Galena, offers a tempting alternative that champions both maturity and ease of use. With 12 years of development under its belt, Linux Lite has incorporated numerous user-suggested features while enhancing its robust and secure base. Particularly good if you've got an older computer and you're on a budget. This is what I love about Linux. I make these videos on a machine that technically is 2018, 2019. People go, how? And I said, simply because I'm running Linux. You know, and I've got I've got a laptop that's 17 years old. Windows won't even go anywhere near it. It has a bloody coronary every time you try to load it. I put Ubuntu on it, just your standard canonical Ubuntu, and this thing goes like a rocket. I'm streaming stuff on it, for God's sake. It's incredible. It's amazing. So why switch to Linux 7 Lite from Windows 11? And there's your little screenshot of the desktop. Not my favorite desktop, but you can customize it. Or you can choose Linux Mint or Ubuntu with GNOME interface or something else. A lot of people say, but there's too many different versions of Linux. That's true. But if you choose a Debian-based, Ubuntu-based, which is based on Debian, or I'm not a Linux expert, please let us know down in the comments. I'm just an avid user of Linux. It's like having a V6 3-litre Toyota engine, and it's a bog standard engine. Think of the Linux kernel as that, your V6 in the car analogy. You can put that engine into a ute, or as Americans call it, a pickup truck. You can put it into an SUV, a sedan, a two-door car, a sports car, anything. But because it looks different and has a different color and different purposes of a vehicle, a station wagon versus a two-door sports car, people think it's different. It's not. It's just what it looks like and the different purposes that it's put to use for, right? Ubuntu Studio was set up for people who were doing graphics and video editing and all this shit, right? But the basic underlying structure of what you don't see is exactly the same shit when it comes to Ubuntu, if you know what I'm trying to say. Just the Ubuntu version of Linux from Canonical. So, yeah, so it just looks different. It's like when people said, you know, the difference between Windows 3.11 for workgroups and Windows 95. It has to be different because it looks so different. Underlying, it wasn't a true 32-bit operating system. It was a 16-bit operating system, Windows 95. It was DOS with a more fancy graphical user interface. Yes, there were some changes, but basically it wasn't really all that much different. But in this case, you've got the same solid core underneath with just a different way it looks and a different user interface and things like that. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely incredible. And people have to learn that, and I agree, Linux isn't marketed properly. You know, it's just incredible. It is powerful. It's strong. It's not perfect. Nothing is. But it bloody certainly leaves Windows for dead, I can tell you. Simplicity and maturity. Linux Lite 7 has been designed for stability and simplicity, making an excellent choice for those who want an operating system that just works. It's an ideal match for users looking to escape the frequently changing landscapes of Windows. 2. Enhanced user experience. The latest release introduces Thunar 4.18.8 with new split view, enhancing productivity and file management. The tweak to the Lite Welcome feature, along with new installation slides, ensures a more welcoming environment for newcomers. And people go, but it's so different to Windows. I understand that. But the Mac is different to bloody Windows, and people are 95% similar. It's not that different. Plus the fact that the Mac is based on, I think it's BSD Unix. So Mac users are going to absolutely love it. And if you've got an older Mac that Apple's decided we're going to drop support for these, we're not going to update these anymore, and we're not going to support it with Mac OS anymore, this version, put Linux on it. I can guarantee if it's a good machine, you put Linux on it, you'll be blown away on an older Mac. Now, 3, visual refresh. With the default window theme of Materia and the popular Papyrus icon theme paired with Roboto regular fonts, Linux Lite offers a clean and modern aesthetic that feels both fresh and familiar. Again, it's up to you. You can have whatever interface you want on it. You can actually customize. I could customize my flavor of Ubuntu to probably have this interface on it. I can make it look like a Mac. It's not a Mac, but it'll look like one. I can make it look like Windows, but why would I do that? But if that's what it doesn't run Windows programs. But you can customize it. But if you don't worry about it. Just run it the way it is. For full control over your system, Linux Lite users enjoy greater control over their, excuse me, dear oh dear, Davey, over their computing environment. The latest version comes with extensive customization options available through its repository, ranging from older kernels to the latest updates. Now 5, UEFI secure boot compatibility. Now transitioning for Windows 11 is streamlined as Linux Lite supports UEFI, and provides guidance on managing secure boot. This ensures that users can maintain their system's security without the added stress, although it's recommended to disable secure boot for a smoother experience. Again, anybody who's into Linux more and knows more about that, please let me know. I don't claim to be an expert on it. I've just taught myself how to install, how to use Linux, and I'm just loving every minute of it. You know, especially with Windows updates. They were shitting me right in the middle of a recording. I would literally it would force an update. It's just insane, right? I would tweak it. It wouldn't make any, I'd still get Windows updates driving me nuts. Now, Mac users could relate to this because it's very similar to Linux. You could discreetly go, I'll deal with an update later. 9 times out of 10, you don't have to reboot when an update comes through. If it's a kernel update, you do a lot of times. If you run Ubuntu Pro, which is free for 5 licensed users, it has, what's the term? I've forgotten the term. Live patch. So we can update and live patch the kernel while you're using it. And that's mostly for servers. But anyone can clarify all of this and make it easier for people to understand. Please feel free to comment. But I love the fact that I can update while I'm still working on the stuff and I don't have to reboot 99.9% of the time. It's awesome. Technical highlights of Linux 7 Lite Galena. XFCE 4.18, a lightweight yet powerful desktop environment that's easy on system resources. That's very true. What's Windows? Is it 4 meg just to get the damn thing started? You're not even running a bloody text editor or a calculator. I've seen versions of Linux that's less than a meg for the interface. Like seriously, if you've got a 16 gig machine, you've got 15.5 gig usable. It's unbelievable. Kernel 6.8.0-31 ensures compatibility with a wide range of hardware and software. That's another thing. I've got a HP DeskJet printer. Holy mother of God. Under Windows, I've got to download it's a HP DeskJet for fuck's sake. Excuse the language, but seriously, it's a HP DeskJet that's only a couple of years old. Trying to get it to run under Windows 10 is a nightmare. I download the HP drive, so what's going on here? It's nuts. With Linux, which is the version I'm running, which is Ubuntu's 22.04, I just plug the damn thing in and it goes, oh, you got a HP DeskJet, have you? Thanks very much. The scanner software's built in. The printer drivers are all there, and it goes, oh, thank you very much. Carry on. Wow, absolutely incredible. It just works. I'm going, this is nuts. It comes with an Office suite, which is LibreOffice, which you tweak in the beginning after the install, and you say, I want it to be Office 365 compatible. Thank you very much. Everything you save, everything you share is all file compatible with Office. Anything else? Any comments down below to I haven't had any issues with it. I've been sending documents back and forth to people, Office, no issues at all. It's what else? Oh, your productivity packages. You've got Slack. You've got Skype. You've got Skype. I think it's Skype. Zoom. That was the one. You got Zoom with it. I'm not too sure about Skype, to be honest with you. People let me know if you use it. But Zoom, the apps. You've got the YouTube app. You've got. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that's in here. I mean, DaVinci Resolve is available for Linux, right? Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's just for general use. It's absolutely amazing. It just stuns me. I'm streaming. You know, your Netflixes, your whatever you want to watch. I'm not a Netflix fan. I don't watch Netflix, but you can watch Netflix on it. I've done it before. Amazon Prime, your internet banking. Now, it's that secure. You can get an antivirus for it. But 99% of the time, you don't need to pay for a damn antivirus. You don't need to pay for a subscription to Microsoft stuff. I keep going on about it and I keep raving on about it, but seriously, you've got to at least look at it. Get an old laptop that the Windows is just not functioning on because it's code bloat with the updates, and install Linux. It's incredible. You will be very surprised. Updated applications comes with the latest versions of Chrome, Thunderbird, which is a mail client. You can use Outlook through the browser if you want. That's easy done. Everything can be done through the browser. LibreOffice, VLC Media Player, and GIMP. Now, GIMP is a free version of Photoshop. Now, Photoshop is obviously better, right? But seriously, GIMP, I use it. It's absolutely amazing. And don't make any jokes about GIMP in the comments. Yeah, you're a GIMP. Yeah, whatever. Ensuring users have access to the best tools for productivity and creativity. Now, based on Ubuntu 24.04, it offers a solid base that's both stable and secure. 24.04 is the release from April, thusly the year, and 04 being April. I haven't updated yet. The long-term service releases, which is the LTS, which is what I use, they come out every 2 years. I will wait till October, and I will upgrade when 24.10 comes out. Something along those lines, if you know what I mean. Sorry, not 24.10, because they release a like a beta version, I guess, in October. But the update to the LTS, which will give it 6 months of 6 months of updates. I still use the previous version 22.04. That's my choice. In October, I'll update. That's just me being cautious. Conclusion. For Windows 11 users looking to switch to an alternative that offers stability, security, and user-friendly experience, Linux Lite 7.0 is an excellent choice. With its focus on simplicity and maturity, it provides a compelling reason considering to make the switch. You can download the ISO here now. Again, I'll leave the link to the main article below the video so you can pop in and check it out. You can make a boot disk. It's very easy. You can do it under Windows with, I think it's Berliner Etcher, or a simple one is Rufus. Linux comes with its own disk making software called Startup Disk Creator. You can make, say, a flash drive, get a little flash drive, make up a Linux boot disk, put it into your Windows machine, boot to it, and it's called Linux Live. You can experiment with Linux running in the memory, and it doesn't touch your hard drive. You can then go and check it out. You can play with it, connect to the internet. You can do whatever what you like and see if it does the job for you. And if it does the job for you, then you can say, okay, I'm ready to back up my Windows machine and go for it. Always back up. That's the caveat with any operating system. I don't care whether it's Windows or Linux or whatever. But give it a crack. Give it a go, right? With all this stuff that's coming down the pipeline with Windows 11, right? And Windows 10, is gaining market share on Windows 11, but Windows 10 is not going to longer be supported after October next year. So definitely worth seriously thinking about. It's amazing. All right. My name's David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
fascinating.